Okay, let's go to the Volta region. Um, the Elwes who hail from the Volta region, they have quite some popular dances. One of them is known as Boborbor. Another one is known as Agbaja, and the list goes on and on. But there's one particular one called Boborbor, which there's a part in the dance where you are supposed to shake your waist. But over time, the shaking of the waist became the shaking of the buttocks. And so this part of the dance looks just exactly like twerking, and especially in this last decade where twerking has become very, very, popular. It seems anytime this Bobobo dance is being displayed and it comes to the part where you have to shake your waist, the ladies instead bend down or squat or do any other position and then start to shake their buttocks. Well, at a certain gathering where the Paramount Chiefs were present, some dancers were called to come and grace the occasion. So these dancers came as well in their formation and were dancing, to the delight of all those who were watching. But when it reached that part for them to portray the Bobobo dance where they will shake their waist, like you can expect, they squatted and they started shaking their bum bums. Yes, they were twerking. And the Paramount Chief of Anfoega traditional area, who is Togbe Tepra Hodo the fourth, had to stop the dancers. So this is what happened. Okay, before you know that this is the tradition of the people to do these dances in this type of public gatherings, and it has been performed since time immemorial. So it was delightful to those who were watching, especially the guys, and they were happy, to see these young beautiful ladies, doing this generational dance which has been passed on from their ancestors to them. So when the group of dancers, decided to spice up the show by twerking, the natives were happy to watch, but the leaders could not watch. It's because they felt a bit shamified. They felt the dance was sexually provocative. So the chiefs in the Deba, gave signs for the MC to stop the dancers from continuing. So as the dance was going on smoothly, the MC was signaling to them to call the dance off, but the group continued with their best performance. They were moving to the rhythm and the good tunes, but then the MC signaled to them again that this dance were not approved by the elders and by the chiefs of the towns, and so he wanted them to stop these seductive dance moves, and also because not only were they creating a false representation of why the people were gathered, they seemed to be giving a false impression of who their chiefs were. But the dancers decided not to listen to the MC and continued the performance, and continued with their dance and continued twerking. Simple, just say it. They continued twerking. They continued shaking their buttocks in a very hilarious and sexually provocative way. And the Paramount Chief himself had to step up and show them the exit. He said, and I quote, "There's something called protocol, but I will break it." So the Togbe Tepre Hudo the fourth said, after grabbing the microphone and asked them to stop, he also asked the DJ to stop the music, and as well as all the drummers and all the musicians who were holding musical instruments to stop playing the music, and told them that we don't accept this type of dance here, and warned them not to ever come and perform that type of dance in their midst ever again. And he said this in a local dialect. For those of you who understand Ewe, you know how to interpret that. To me, ala andari anaka bondo sufia. I'm trying to speak Ewe. Why are you laughing at me? So, all jokes aside, he was not happy with the way the ladies were, dancing at the show. He was expressing that some of these young people have sought to change the face of Boborbor with their inappropriate dancing styles. And according to him, when his grandmother first danced, the Boborbor, there was a shaking of waist, but there was no twerking. There was no part where they would shake their buttocks and bend down as if they are, that sex position where they bend down like that. It was not in the Boborbor dance. You get it? So he does not understand how come over the years, especially this last decade, just like from between 2010 to 2020 to now, he does not understand why all of a sudden when there's Boborbor, there's a part where the ladies will start shaking their buttocks. And first he was not concerned too much because it's not like he's the one who was dancing, but he realized that as time went on, people were cheering them on, and more of the ladies continued to do these dances. They actually looked at doing it and doing it well. It was like that was the main reason why they were even dancing, and because they were getting the applause from the crowds, it seemed to them that they were on the right path. But the chief was unhappy about it. He was not happy because he said it was giving a false representation of who the Voltarians were and what their culture was about and how the Boborbor dance was supposed to be, portrayed. According to him, he does not remember his grandmother's dancing it like that, and even when in his time when he and his colleagues, those who were females, were dancing the Boborbor. And by the way, the Boborbor is danced by both males and females. He does not remember when the females that were his colleague were doing the dance this way. So now that he's seeing this thing happening a lot, he does not understand or like what it is for, and how come it is very popular these days. So that is it for those of you ladies who plan on doing this Boborbor dance in this particular chief's presence. Be warned, because he's a chief and he can do anything he pleases. So be warned, unless of course he's not in that gathering. Or if you plan on doing any dance at all that includes the shaking of your buttocks, especially in a sexually provocative way, which will arouse the interest of the men and of all those who are watching, be warned, because the chiefs are not happy about it. They are planning on changing all these things that have this dynamic culture thing has to stop, where culture is dynamic, and then you go and bring twerking inside the culture. He says no, it has to stop. They have to go back to the native ways, go back to the Bible days where dancing was dancing, and what dancing had nothing to do with sexual moves and all these things. So, and that is it. It was quite disgraceful to the dancers to be stopped in the middle of the dance, especially when they had practiced the twerking for a very long time. Some of the dancers told us that they had been shaking their buttocks like over the weeks to make sure like the dance comes out well. So they were unhappy that they just did 2 minutes of buttock shaking and then they were stopped. One particular lady told us she was particularly very aggressive with the practicals, with the rehearsals, because she remembered that even there was a time she was practicing till her waist was hurting, but she continued to shake, just to make sure that she brought out the dance well. So now that they've stopped them, she was not very happy, but there was nothing she could do. So that is it. Okay, so viewers, let us know what you think about this. Was the chief's decision to stop the dance a good one or not? Should we allow this twerking in our dance? Shouldn't we stop it, or do you think it's normal? It's one of those things. Do you think it's harmless? Let us see what you feel in the comment section below, and we'll see your views about it. Okay, thank you very much for listening and have a very nice day.